Before I begin, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your experiences, because heartbreak is universal, and sometimes talking about it is the only way to survive. It started with a text, not an angry one, not a threatening one, just a message that made the room feel colder than the winter air outside. I need space. Don't wait up. I stared at it for longer than I care to admit, my thumb hovering over the screen, wishing it was a mistake. But it wasn't. That night, she came home later than usual. There was something different in the way she moved, the way her laughter didn't reach her eyes, the way her smile felt like a mask I didn't recognize anymore. At first, I tried to convince myself I was imagining things. Maybe I was overreacting. Maybe it was just stress from work or the weather or some fleeting mood. But then the little things started piling up. Missed calls that she blamed on client meetings. Texts she hastily hid when I entered the room. The faint scent of perfume that wasn't hers lingering on her clothes. A laugh over the phone that didn't feel meant for me. I remember one evening, sitting in the kitchen while she was on a call, pretending to be busy. I overheard her voice soften, a way she never spoke to me. My chest tightened, and I had to leave the room before my suspicion became a confrontation I wasn't ready to handle. That night, I lay awake, replaying years of memories, asking myself if I had missed signs, if I had been blind to the distance that had quietly grown between us. The turning point wasn't dramatic. There was no shouting, no thrown objects, no cinematic revelation. It was simple. She sat across from me one evening, her cup of tea trembling in her hands. I could feel the tension in the room, the unsaid words hanging between us like smoke. And then she looked me in the eye and said it. We're just roommates now. The words hit harder than any betrayal I could have imagined. Time seemed to slow, and I remember the exact texture of the table under my fingers, the hum of the refrigerator, the faint ticking of the clock. My mind screamed for a reaction, but all I could do was nod slowly and say, "Okay." And in that moment, I checked out. After that, every small thing became a question, a reminder of what we had lost. The warmth in her smile felt hollow. Every touch, every casual conversation, was now tinged with something I couldn't name. I noticed how she carefully avoided eye contact when I entered the room, how she lingered on her phone in ways that didn't feel innocent. I saw the patterns I had been ignoring, the late nights, the hidden texts, the faint perfume, and the realization settled like lead in my chest. I found myself questioning everything. Was I too controlling? Too paranoid? Was I imagining betrayal in the cracks of our relationship? But every instinct, every memory, every detail screamed the truth. I remembered quiet Sunday mornings, her hand brushing mine across the table. The inside jokes that once made us laugh until we cried. Those moments were now tinged with betrayal, as if she'd been performing love while her heart was somewhere else. Then came the confirmation. I was clearing the counter one morning and saw a message light up on her phone. I didn't mean to look, but there it was. "Can't wait to see you tonight. I miss you." The name attached was someone I didn't know, someone who wasn't me. My hands went cold. My chest ached in a way I had never experienced. I set the phone down slowly, pretending not to notice, but the damage was done. Confronting her was inevitable. That night, I asked quietly, trembling with emotion, "Is there someone else?" She froze, her eyes darting to the floor, then back to mine. I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. I could see guilt, shame, fear, all the things I had imagined, but her words offered no comfort. "I can't do this anymore," I said, my voice low but firm. "I can't live in a house where I'm just sharing space with someone who used to love me." Her tears fell silently. I wanted to reach out, to hold her, but I couldn't. The betrayal was too deep, the cracks too wide. The days that followed were quiet, almost eerily so. We moved through the same rooms, shared the same space, but the intimacy was gone. The love that had once defined us was replaced with hollow routines and polite conversations. I focused on myself, on remembering who I was before heartbreak swallowed me. I tried to process the anger, the sadness, the longing, and the sense of being unmoored in the life I had thought was secure. Eventually, I made a choice that I knew would hurt both of us, but save me. I packed my essentials and left for a small apartment nearby. It wasn't dramatic. I didn't leave a note full of accusations. I just left quietly, taking with me my self-respect and the understanding that love without trust is not love. It's coexistence. Walking away wasn't easy. The memories clung to me, the echoes of her laughter, the warmth of her hand in mine, the life we had built. But as I closed the door behind me, I felt a strange clarity, a painful but necessary freedom. I realized that love sometimes means letting go, that heartbreak can be a teacher, and that self-respect must never be compromised. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if we will ever reconcile, or if the bond we once had will fade into memory. But I do know this. I survived, I reclaimed myself, and I learned that walking away from betrayal isn't weakness, it's strength. If there's one thing I hope you take from this story, it's this. Trust your instincts, honor your emotions, and never let someone else's choices define your worth. Walking away may feel like defeat, but sometimes it's the first step toward reclaiming your life. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and your story deserves to be heard.